We are live then. So we've got Julie saying he's got some issues with his wheel. Adam's got issues with his internet as well. Not a great start for both of them then. Cars are readying up. So we have got our full 20 in today. We've got 19 drivers. We just got one reserve, and that today is Curly Red in the AlphaTauri, partner in Jay Bradfield, reserving for Cal Cohen, who is not racing, but he's on Call of Duty, according to this, so it's not the first time I know he's been busy lately, but so investigating that. AI is definitely set onto 75. Obviously last week Liam kicked out of the session and cruelly it cost him his race win, but we weren't sure if the AI had not done itself, because if we move it up for each league just so people do get kicked, so you know I'm gonna have more of a chance. Quickly stick the stream on onto my phone so we can see what's going on. Oh, and we have dry quality. Give us a weather update please, Justin.
Yeah, we'll do in a minute. No worries.
From what I saw, we had rain in the race in League One. Every time I was checking on it, I'm not sure if that's whole race or what, but let's get it on, saying serious mushroom. Absolutely, this is what we want to do. Championship, can't wait. Bradfield and Curly Red and the AlphaTauri, obviously they've not done well. Curly Red reserve and AlphaTauri not got many points at all, have they? But
struggling big time on there.
Last race in a cryptic alibi reserve for AlphaTauri, and I think Dylan got a podium for him. Third and fourth.
Qualifying is 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Qualify one is dry.
Dry race, saying Shadows. There we go. You're too slow.
Yeah, dry race.
Even Shadows. Dylan saying even everyone as well. Just talking about him. And there he is in the comments. Of course, it does wait about a minute. We're probably about 50 odd seconds behind. First car's come out on the track. I think that is going to be a Red Bull. And a second car's come on the track. I think it's going to be the other Red Bull. Yeah, both Red Bulls are going to be first out in. So Vice Sheng and Adam. Vice Sheng back with us tonight. Good to see. After he won in Bahrain. I think it was Bahrain, wasn't it? He won in. Good to see him back then. Dry race. I want to cry saying Crypto. Yeah, of course. I've had such a good race in the dry. That fourth place. Who else is on out lap then? We've got Brandon on out lap 2. He missed last week due to internet problems, so it's good to see him back too in the Alfa Romeo. And of course, we got to say big up to League One's admin, ALR Vintage, after a P8 he secured in that race just now. And I remember it was France last season, this time last season. Vintage made his debut reserving for us, and he was 8 seconds a lap off the pace. Sorry to bring it up, Vintage. It was 8 seconds a lap down. And that's a coincidence because today he finished P8. Just one season later he's made that much progress. Great to see. Very, very happy for him. So Brandon's actually overtaken both the Red Bulls. He's a stonker of an outlap here for Brandon. Come on, Julie and Jake. And Cryptic, the ladies, Merc. Serious Mushroom. Obviously Mercedes driver for Premier League. Teammates with Sean. And he's supporting Julie and Jake here today. We will go through the standings and all that jazz whenever we have time. Vice Sheng then really weaving those tyres, warming them up. He's about to come on to start his lap. Anyway, let's go on board with Brandon. Yeah, the pit entry here, I hate it. We'll actually go on board with Red Bull. Where is Adam actually? The pit lane, it just spits you out into the track. Here you go, perfect. See, the park just had to brake there because it just spits him right out onto the track. It's an awkward one here, and he could get racy coming out to the pits down into turn 1 quite often. Adam's internet seems to be holding up at the moment then. Pretty decent sector 1 so far from Adam. Bradfield's out and keen as well. He normally leaves it pretty late, but he's on a lap. And we've got a yellow flag. That's just for a Mercedes of Julie going slowly. preparing for his lap. Got a lot of cars going out early here as well. Everyone's gone flying out of the starting blocks then. And the first one to set the lap is going to be Brandon, who I think is in sector 3 now. What a moron. Anyway, let's see what Brandon could do. I love this track personally. I absolutely love France, in one of my top 3. See what Brandon does then. He's about to come onto the straight. It's a nice exit. DRS 76. Great pace in quali Brandon's had so far this season, but he's not scored any points yet. And he crosses the line. It's a 1:29.2 for Brandon then. We're now going to go on board with Adam in the Red Bull because he's going to be next. Adam, I think he's scored 1 or 2 points so far this season. I'll have a look at the stands in a minute, as we just said. We've got a car getting out of the way in sector 3. It's a bit of an awkward place. As Adam's a 1:29.2, just in 7,000th clear of Brandon there. Good lap there. And Weisheng takes P in 1:28.8. It's not as quick as I thought it'd be. But Adam there, had great quali pace last week in Spain, didn't he? And he crashed in Q1 coming to pits, and Bradfield, there's a poor lap there from Bradfield, but of course he forgot to put it on max fuel, which is not very good. I think Woods is on a lap too. Oh, it's not Woods, that's Shadders, who's about to start their lap. Going to have the Haas driver, I think that's the Alpha Fox. He's not had a great season so far. He's been right off the mark. He's not got any points. And it's only a 1:30.1 there for the Alpha Fox, so he's still off the mark. Next is going to be Liam. And he goes up to P5 only for Liam then. Slow lap there from Liam. And we see Welsh Maldonado, aka Rempo. The latest addition to our admin team. Go to P4 only temporarily because Julie knocks her down a spot there. And Cryptic Alibi is going to be next in his racing point, and he crosses the line, goes up to P2. Good that there from Cryptic. He had great pace last week, didn't he? Argentina now goes P2 as well. Theo's going to be next. Theo crosses the line and he goes up only up to P11. Poor lap there from Theo. I'm sure he's got more pace in the bag then. Woods is now going to come across the line, and he goes up to P11. He missed last week, but good to see he's back today. Oh, and Brad is having connection problems now because he is now out of the session, and Bradfield's 7 tenths up here then, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be flying up the order. Could be P1 here on a second lap on these soft tyres. Let's see what Bradfield can do. Comes across the line, and it's only P2. He's a 10th off Weisheng. Second lap on those tyres. He'll be happy with that. He needs to get out of the way pretty quick, but Parker goes P1, a 10th quicker, 10th and a bit quicker than Weisheng. Fantastic lap from him there. Shadders is going to be next in P14, and DRS is open. Let's see what Shadders can do. Comes across the line. It's a 1:29.6, puts him in the P10. It's incredibly close, isn't it? No one's outstandingly quick at the moment. Not even the Parker of Weisheng. Might change when Sloth sets a lap, because he's been one of our top racers in quali, isn't he? He's been incredible. Hasn't got through the Q3 every week though. About to see Julie. He's coming to the pits. Yeah, most of them done their first run now. 14 of them done their first run. 3 in the pits still. Curly Red, Jake and McKenny. And then we've got 3 on outlaps. Ayrton, Bevs and Sloth. And Ayrton's got to be careful doing that. It doesn't invalidate this and next lap, because that has happened before, and then you won't be able to take your lap next as well. Quickly look into the comments then. We've got Dylan saying don't like the pit exit with a passion, and we're just talking about that, weren't we? So a horrible pit exit, it just spits you out right onto the track. You've got to be really, really careful. Brandon has joined back. It's good to see. Bradfield's ran out of wine, that's why he's out early. Yeah, it's probably more likely, isn't it? I've heard he's on his second bottle already. Even saying Sloth, even to Carl Dyer in the comments as well. I think I finished 13th, 14th last year, same 40 moments. He'll be looking for better than that this week. He had a good finish last week in Spain, didn't he? It was a really good result for him. Has all gone pretty quiet. We've just got these 3 cars on their outlaps, so we will. As we're going board with Bevs, he's just ahead. We'll watch this lap from Bevs. And there's quite pretty dark clouds in here, isn't there? I'm sure there's no rain, and from what we felt, that's slow from Bevs going into turn 2 there. Brakes a bit late going into turn 1. Has contradicted his exit out, coming out of there. Really, really. If you get in the groove in this track, that's how you can be so good around here, but it's so hard if you can't. Are you sure it's not meant to rain? Because it's got so dark. And maybe that's why everyone's going out straight away. I went out early because of track limits, wanted to get a valid lap in, saying Cryptic. Well, he's done that. It's a good lap. Probably good enough lap to get through as well. Oh, quick look into the comments then. Not the comments, sorry, the standings. Championship drivers, constructors. Let's have a look then.
Football.
Yeah, no penalties, no quali bans today, which makes a change in a couple of weeks. It's been very clean, very fantastic racing over the last few weeks. We have had a couple of quali bans though, but good to see none today. So in the stands we have the leader is the Parkter with 70. Then it's Liam with 68, incredibly close between them, 2 points in it. 10 points back to Sloth for P3 on 58, and there's a gap down to 35 points for Argentina. 28 for Jake the Slayer, 26 for McKenny, 23 for Welsh Maldonado, 22 for Shadders, 21 for Vice Sheng. So it is all close. It's just the top three are already starting to pull away a little bit, so you would think someone else needs to get results today. It's DT Bev's close to P9, joining the 5th row of his teammate in the Ferrari. Ayrton does, he's only 15th for Ayrton, so 130.2. So, and yeah, Adam has left the session already, unfortunately. So he had a 2 before, it might have internet problems or connection problems. Are struggling early on. I think it's just Sloth and Curly Red. Work on Sloth too. He goes up to P1, 128.3, 3.5 tenths quicker. Brilliant that player from Sloth. McKenny, he's only just started his lap, so we'll go on board with... McKenny's even further behind him. We'll go on board with McKenny then and see what he can do. Now, needs someone like Vice Sheng today to get a win to really close the gap to the top three. Or, yeah, one of those people in the battle we just said behind, maybe Jake or Argentina or McKenny. Because if the top three, the Parkter, Sloth and the Parkter, Sloth and Liam, if they're the top three again today, then it really start to extend away. Even everyone's saying vintage, even to vintage. And we've got Curly Reds, AlphaTauri of this horrible gearbox glitch. So we'll go on board with McKenny instead. We're just trying to get the constructor stands up. I was about to say McLaren have done fantastically so far. So good that they are P1 in the standings, of course. McKenny and Liam picked up some fantastic points from on 94. Alfa Romeo then on 70. Mainly scored, obviously just scored from the Parkter. Adam has joined back, and it's 60 for Williams, Sloth and Ayrton. And at the bottom with only 2 points is Cal Cohen and Bradfield and the AlphaTauri, so they really need to pick up some points tonight to bring themselves back into contention. And McKenny goes up to P8 then. We missed Curly Red, go up to P2 by the way. For the reserve. Right, it was a fantastic effort, definitely. Well done Vintage for getting the points, saying Dylan. Sloth for a win today, saying Cryptic. Yeah. And Vintage saying, what a season, what a difference the season makes. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that's probably talking about his last result in France from last season there. Jake the Slayer is going to be last a set of time. This is strange, really. It's very rare we get everyone get a time on the board. Well, Jake the Slayer is on a slow lap, though. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. It looked like he's going really slow. He's not using his ERS either. Yeah, everyone apart from Jake has got time on the board already, so it's good to see. Track limits definitely... Well, I've heard a lot of people say track limits is a big struggle around here. Someone said it's worse in Austria. I can't remember who. Personally,
track limits are quite brutal.
Personally, I think it's one of the easiest tracks for... Again, it's probably because I do like this track and I've got in the groove of racing it.
I think it's that first corner, isn't it? First
it is
one
annoying,
hits you hard,
yeah, but
get it wrong.
I did have a 50% here last season, 19th to 3rd, and I didn't get a single penalty. I don't struggle with penalties around here. And these guys aren't at the moment either, because nearly when Jake say crosses the line, everyone would have set a lap. There we go, everyone has set a lap. And I don't think we've seen that in a long time. Everyone can get in a lap set in the first round of runs. And after it, Jake the Slayer is last, but of course he hasn't set a genuine time yet. And the other drivers in trouble are Theo, Ayrton, the Alpha Fox and Woods, so no huge surprise there. But Liam in P15, he needs to improve his time there. You see, there is a bit of about half a second between Liam and Woods too, so it's definitely Woods, the Alpha Fox, Ayrton and Theo really need to find some time if they're to get through. But Adam and Brandon, some good laps from them up in P9 and P8. Adam just needs to not crash into a pit wall now, and he could be through here. Sloth saying he missed the pit, so that's why he's gone for another lap. That's not too clever. Go on, Sloth, get in the pit. Go on, go on. He's done it that time. We've just seen him. I'm not quite sure who we saw there. We saw the stands on the left-hand side flicker. It was for Shadders. There we go. Shadders went up to P7. Good lap there from Shadders. He was down in P14, so he's put the Ferraris in danger here. DT Bevs and Welsh Maldonado 13th and 14th then. And Welsh Maldonado is now coming out. I think she started last week, didn't she? In Bahrain. Didn't get a lap set in qualifying. got a point in the race thanks to the fastest lap. It's similar to Canada for track limits, saying Dylan. Oh, like I say, it's strange for me. Because, like I say, France, I don't get any penalties. But Canada, I can't do 2 laps without getting disqualified.
No, Canada's a hell of a lot worse.
Canada sucks, saying Serious Mushroom. Critics saying, I think Canada is worse, personally, if I should go. I can't do Canada. I see Canada and I think, oh my god. That's definitely the worst one for me, Canada. For track limits, anyway.
Yeah, it's the worst one. By far.
It's too strict. I mean, it's not the actual track. Like some of them, you go down into turn 1, go round, you go down to turn 1, go left, do that 180 round thing, and then you've got that little quick right-left chicane. It's there where it gives you warnings for things you're not even gone 4 wheels off. That's horrible. Anyway, enough about Canada. I can't stand Canada. It's taken away. What a brilliant track this is. France, love it. Probably the worst track for real Formula 1 races to watch. Very bad to watch. As Brandon's got up to P5, good lap there from Brandon. And Jake Slayer went to P40. We're too busy yapping. We're not even actually watching the Formula 1. Geordie's in P12 at the moment. So yeah, Mercedes and Ferrari are, well, alternate, aren't they, from 12th to 15th? So they need to get their backsides in gear, I think it's safe to say. So they're in risk at the moment. And Liam, of course, is in the drop zone at the moment. Of course, Liam was robbed last week, wasn't he, of the win? But he's still only 2 points off the lead in the standings. I'm sure Liam's got more pace in the bag, although he has left it late. So if he invalidates his time, he could be in serious trouble, Liam. Alpha Fox is in the pits. Leparc has retired. In the pits, I presume. I hope he's not retired on the track. I think he has retired on the track, though.
Oh dear.
Not quite sure why he's done that for. Vice Shane's retired in the pits. Let's have... Who's the Alfa Romeo? It's Brandon. Brandon's the other Alfa. No, he's not retired on the track. I do apologise to Leparc. I didn't think he'd do that. It's Brandon trying to make his way through the arrows on the track, but he failed because he broke them. Who is going to be next? We've got quite a few cars in the pits. Yeah, top 9, I'd say they're safe. You'd think they're safe anyway. McKenty is going out though, just in case, in 10th. So's Adam in 11th, because Julie Woods... Oh, Woods went up to P13 now. We missed that lap too. Ayrton's improved his time as well, I think. And I'm not sure he's out of fuel, so I think Ayrton's out of the session. He's out of the race. For goodness sake. How about qualifying then? Because he's got red fuel gauge flashing. He's not going to get back to the pits in time. Oh, yeah, of course, we're about 50 seconds behind. He's still not going to do it, though. What's the time say for you?
It says on I'm watching it on the thing because I'm watching the football at the minute. It's got 1 minute 19.
Yeah, not on the stream. I mean on the race.
Let me turn it back
I know what it's like on the stream. I'm watching it. I mean, because you're about 50 seconds ahead. Brandon's retired in the pits now. He's safely through, you think. And yeah, Ayrton is out then. Ayrton surely is going to be out. Liam is improving on his lap. Alpha Fox is still in the pits, so I think he's done too. Bevs and Jake the Slayer on laps. Welsh Maldonado went up to P4 then. There we go. So she should be safely through. And that was about 35 seconds ago. She did that, so I do apologise. Really slacking it today.
1:15.
1:15, so yeah, we're 35 seconds behind. All eyes on Liam, and Alpha Fox has gone out now. He's going to have to cut this corner, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure why he's not cut the corner. I don't think he's going to make it still. Anyway, Theo's on a lap. On 1 lap old tyres though as well, so he could be in trouble. Liam's about to cross the line, and Liam goes up to P8. He is safely through. Not the quickest, that. He's still 7 tenths off P1, but he's safely through, and that's all that matters at this stage. And DJ Jawley has invalidated already, so down in P14. Jawley could be in trouble then. Woods is in the pit. Ayrton's in the pit. So I think Cryptic and McKenty are going to be safe. Adam's probably safe too. But Jawley's in danger. Woods is in danger. Jake the Slayer. Yeah, we've got checker flag. Of course, that's not true though. So Jake the Slayer will have time. Not sure about the Alpha Fox though. DT Bevs. He is a couple of attempts up as he goes through the final couple of corners. DT Bevs, is that DT Bevs coming in the pits? No, it's not. I was looking at the wrong Ferrari. DT Bevs is on the straight. There was his teammate coming into the pits. Let's see what Theo does. He's only about 4 attempts up. He needs to find about 1.5 seconds at least, Theo, to get through. Theo's going to come across the line, and Theo is going to be starting last. Or is he? Is he? He's got another lap. He's got time to do another lap. but he's going slow, so it's all over for Theo then. Theo's going to be starting last. Alpha Fox hasn't made it, so he's starting 19th. Ayrton in 18th. We're just waiting for Bevs and Jake the Slayer now. Bevs is going to be next across the line, and it's Woods and Julie that are in danger, so Adam and above are safe. Not sure if Adam knows it, but yeah, I mean, he must know it because he's slowed right down. He is going to be safe. Julie, Woods, the ones in the danger zone. DT Bevs then, he's about to open his DRS, come across the line any second now. Woods is going to be in big danger here, and Bevs is out. He must have lost time in the final sectors. He only gained 1,000th on his lap. DT Bevs is out in Q1 then. Huge shock. Jake the Slayer is going to be next then. He's now coming through the final couple of corners. Clips the curb on the left-hander. Keeps on the curb. And then he goes wide and swoops back in. It's a good line to take there. Speedy coming into the straight then. Jake the Slayer, he needs a 10th and a half to knock Woods out. Jake the Slayer crosses the line. P6 for Jake the Slayer. Woods is out then. We have our bottom 5. Julie gets through by the skin of his teeth. DT Bevs is a shock there, out in P17. And then we've got Theo, the Alpha Fox, Ayrton and Woods going out too. So no huge surprises with those four, but big surprise that DT Bevs is out. But we know after last week he's very, very racy coming through the field, and he earned some good points in Spain from doing that, so expect to see more of that from Bevs. I look forward to seeing it. Zach in the comments as CJ Jawley saying he's got no pace for his wheel, shaking around with the frame in this condition. It's a shame for Zach. Hopefully that solves up before the race. Jake is now Jeff. Hello again, everyone saying Tommy. Even to Tommy. Tango doesn't like this track. You drag an axe on the back of my car to destroy the track. Yeah, I like driving on the track, but it's not an eventful track, is it? I mean, it looks very boring. If it weren't for that blue, it'd be horrible. What else we got in the comments? Adam has glitched the lobby. Oh, he has. Adam needs to leave, I think, because it says his car's on a lap. It's doing that rubbish that it did with Jake the Slayer. Goodness knows how long ago. It just put him on laps, put his car in the pits. So yeah, Adam's going to have to leave the session, I think, for us to move on here. We will invite him back in so we can join in Q2, but hopefully this doesn't keep happening. Yeah, it says his car's on a lap when the checkered flag was out over 3 minutes ago. Thanks for whoever mentioned that. Bev's driver of the day, Len saying vintage. Yeah, Bev's must be going for that. It should be fine after the remaining 10 seconds. It's just going to freeze on this unless it doesn't when he crosses the line. No, it's just going to put him on laps and laps and laps. Yeah, Adam's got to leave the session. And we'll invite him back in. Theo, I think I didn't put a setup on. That's not very good then, is it? He's 5 tenths off even now for Fox in P19. So, yeah, Theo definitely going slowly for some reason today. We know he's a bit quicker than that. Oh, there we go. Adam has left the session, so that's why we are allowed to move on. There we go, then confirmation of it. And look how close it is between. I mean, there's nearly 3 tenths between P1 and P2, but it's all top 15 within a second of each other. It's not like it's a 1:05 track either. It's a 1:29, so it's a decent time track, and less than a second between them all. So mistakes here are going to be costly because it's all very, very close. Even still, the ones that went out, it's close. Woods, DC Bevs, Ayrton, the Alpha Fox, and Theo. Theo was a bit further back. Quicker this week from the Alpha Fox, and I think the last couple of weeks, so he's definitely making improvements. Good to see. We'll just wait for this to move on, and then we'll invite Adam. Invite Adam back. You got this, Theo saying cryptic. Yeah, absolutely. No pressure on it at all. Theo saying he's going to get driver of the day. Well, I think DT Bevs might have something to say about that. Right. Before I forget, let's get Adam another invite. See if it keeps happening with Adam. I mean, it shouldn't happen in the race. It normally is just a qualifying thing, but he knows what to do if it happens again at the end of the next quali too. Send him another. I'll tell you what. While we're here, we'll send. I think Brandon left the session, didn't he? We'll send him another spare invite too. So everyone should have a couple of spares. get our spectator menu set back up. Now this is a track, I know we said last week Bahrain, most people should go on the mediums. It weren't Bahrain, last week it was Spain. Most people should go on the mediums, do the one stop. Couple went for softs. France absolutely is a track, mediums. If anyone starts on softs here, I'd be gobsmacked.
They last about 6 or 7 laps, don't they?
Soft hard here is very hard strategy to do. Soft medium's impossible. Soft medium is very, very hard, and you lose some time. It's medium hard here, absolutely, for me. And for most of these drivers, by the looks of it as well. Liam's gone out on the softs.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've seen a few people do this before. They just go out on a car, go out, and then they decide against it. I am Jeff, saying Cryptic. Yeah, it worked last week, didn't it? When I said start on the hards in Spain, and that people flying up the grid, weren't they? I think Sloth started on hards from 13th and finished second. So, I'm not sure with this track though. I think I started 19th last season in a race in France and finished third. And I started on the hard tyres. We got a safety car exactly halfway through the race, so I stuck the mediums onto the end. So it was a really big arse getting them to the end, but I managed to cling on to P3 in the end. Actually, I crossed the line in 6th, but people in front had penalties. And that was the key, avoiding penalties, yeah.
Oh, nearly.
Just avoiding penalties here is a big thing if you're going to score a decent amount of points. Who is first? It's actually going to be Vice Sheng, isn't it? We're going board with Vice Sheng then. What's his lap? That was an awful quali saying DT Bevs after saying hello. Yeah, well, he started down towards the back after an incident at turn 1 last week, and he came flying through the field, so it's not all bad for DT Bevs. And like I said, I was just saying, I started the race in 19th and finished 3rd. Anything can happen. We saw last season Cowie started 20th in the Premier League, which is even quicker, believe it or not, and won the race. So you just never know around this track. Neat sector 1 from Vice Sheng. Flat corner I don't like, I lose traction here. Yeah, he's cut in really nicely there and swoop around, clip the curb onto the straight. Lovely there from Vice Sheng, liking this lap on the mediums of course. Why's the tyre thing gone? Don't know where that went. You'll pick it up in the race, same Bevs. Yeah, you're getting the rhythm of things here, you're going to do well. I think we see the sun coming out as well, which is nice to see, because I was worrying about the rain. First little bit of spinning there from Vice Sheng. We see Woods has got his mic on the top corner, chatting away to himself. Vice Sheng, yeah, he's staying out wide there and then swooping back in. That is the most careless place you can invalidate a lap, going 4 wheels off there. Yeah, put the power down now, clip that curb. This is a really neat lap from Vice Sheng, really liking this. You want to avoid clipping that curb on the left, and he does. Nearly go 4 wheels over there, but be careful. Invalidation point there. Stay out wide and then cut back in as wide as possible and swoop back in. He's got it absolutely perfect. This is a fantastic lap from Vice Sheng. Let's see what sort of time it's going to be as he comes across the line. Vice Sheng does a 1:29.3 on the medium tyres. Really good lap there from him. I think the McLaren in front is actually in the pits. So it's going to be Alfa Romeo next, and that is going to be not the Departure. It's going to be Brandon. Can we get to him? Oh, we didn't get to him. Time 1:30.0. Liam does do a slow up on the softs. I didn't think he'd be starting on them at all. Cryptic Alibi has invalidated, but is he going to go for a lap on the softs again? The only 2 cars on the softs at the moment. Shadows is, but he's in the pits. A lot of cars in the pits, and like I say, this does ruin quali, only letting us have 1 medium tyre selection, because a lot of cars will just do 1 run and wait to the end when the track's in a better condition.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm going to do with France tyre wear. I'm going to try and do 1 lap.
And Alfa Romeo, is that Brandon? Oh, I think he's lost it there, Brandon. I'm not sure if he went for another lap or if he just spun it. Did he hit the wall, or was a great camera angle? That car's miles up the road. He's got to watch out for Cryptic here, though.
Oh, Pookie, for God's sake.
No, he's got no damage. He's going to attempt to do this again. Is he going to do it without knocking the signs over this time? Yeah, he does. Well done. Big achievement there. Only 3 cars are set times then, and 1's not even a genuine one, so slow start. Cryptic is on these soft tyres. Not sure if he's on it here. I think he is going for it here as well, Cryptic. You wouldn't want to start on the race on 2-lap old soft tyres, would you? Surely he's just powering it back into the pits to stick the mediums on. Woods is a leg end saying serious mushroom. And Cryptic's in the pits. He's come flying past that Ferrari. Who was hanging about? Cryptic was not hanging about. We'll go on board with Welsh Maldonado, who's just started her lap. Well, she hasn't just started it, she's in the middle of it actually. Forgot to change tyres, saying DC Bevs. That does not help. Oh, Cryptic saying he's practicing. It does get boring for some drivers. I can imagine impatience as you just sit there for about 10 minutes before you can go on a lap. Need to make an allowance for having 2 sets of mediums. Anyway, let's see what Welsh Maldonado can do. Even saw some of those last season cars in Formula 1 put mediums on in Q3, didn't you? And she goes up to P2. And there we go, it's this awkward situation where car has to stop to let someone by in a race out. They won't be as nice. It's a 129.995, so it's just ahead of Brandon. That could be important. They've got to move out of the way because there's a Red Bull of Adam on his lap. Only driver actually on the lap at the moment. And Welsh Maldonado does get out of the way. I think there is a bit of lag here from Adam actually, isn't there? Yeah, he's a bit of a lag. Hopefully this doesn't happen and affect anyone during the race. Quickly was using his Q1 tyres. Yeah, there we go. So we didn't lose out on any amount of tyres. Yeah, good idea from Cryptic. This is fun, just one car on the lap. Anyway, it is Adam, and we're on board with him now. In the Red Bull. Oh, we've actually got Sloth and McKenty now on laps 2. They're going through sector 1. We'll go on board with them as soon as Adam finishes this lap. Now, it's going to be key for Adam because, like we say, a lot of people do just do the one run on mediums, as Cryptic is just saying in the comments. So if he can get ahead of Welsh Maldonado, he's looking good, but if he's behind Brandon, it's not looking too good for Adam. He crosses a line, and he's only won 30.4, so I don't think that lap is going to be getting him through. We've then got Curly Red coming across the line to start a lap. Who's going to be first? Is it McKenty or Sloth? It's actually going to be Sloth. Sloth's invalidated his time. We saw him do it last week, didn't we, I think? And maybe the week before. He invalidated it a couple of times, and that could be costly for Sloth today. McKenty, I'll go on board with him then, because he's just behind. He goes over that curve. Some people completely avoid it. Some people brake and go inside here, but yeah, some go out and then swoop back in. He's not swooped in as much as he'd have liked to there. He's a bit wide. And he clips that curve as well, which I don't like touching that curve. It puts you off a little bit. Not looked like a tidy sector 3 so far for McKenty, but I'm sure he's got pace. He's got a bit wide there as well. And what we've seen has not been a fantastic lap from McKenty here. But I bet he'll prove me wrong with the time. Let's see what he does then, McKenty. He's up to P3, so he slots in between Welsh Maldonado and Brandon. So it wasn't bad at all. He must have had a really good sector 1 and sector 2. And we're back to seeing a Haas cross the line. So it can't be. Who's that? Who's that Haas? Oh, it is Argentina now and out lap. There we go. So I was saying, Fox isn't in the session. It said Argentina was still in the pit. Red Bull's going to be next. That's just Adam on and in lap, I think. So Welsh Maldonado's not going to be going again. She's happy with her time. 5.5 minutes left in the session. We've only got 5 real times on the board. Liam is going again now, however. AlphaTauri's back across the line. That's Curly Red. Let's see what he can do. It's P2. It's a 129.6. 3 tenths off Weisheng. 3 tenths clear Welsh Maldonado. You think that would get him through, and you can now see everyone has set. Well, he's fitted onto the medium tyres. We're about to see Lepart across the line and see what he can do. You know, he's got great pace and he's up to P2. Still 2 tenths off Weisheng though. Last week's winner, Lepart. McLaren's going to be next, and that's McKent. No, it's not. It's Liam. Of course it's Liam. He's up to P2. There's more like it from him. He's ahead of Lepart 2. As we've seen, Shadders. Only P9 for Shadders. So that's not going to be good enough to get him through, I don't think. Next is going to be Sloth. I think he's doing a second run. Yeah, he is. So he'd lost a little bit of time, but we've seen him do it before on the older tyres, and it hasn't mattered at all. Great medium lap from Becker saying Serious Mushroom. And a great medium lap from Sloth, considering it's on his second run. But he's a half a tenth off Weisheng there. So, again, it does look like Weisheng, Sloth, Liam, Leparts are going to be the top four. Sure, Curly Red might have something to say about that reserving today, though. Weisheng has retired, so he's happy. Argentina on his out lap is about to cross the line to start his lap. 5 cars still not set their times. The Mercedes, Bradfield, Cryptic and Argentina. Jacob Slayer taking a different line. If it weren't for the racing line, you never knew this track. You wouldn't know what the track was, would you? You'd be cutting over there. All sorts. You can make about 10 different tracks out of this map. And we've got a yellow flag. It's just a racing point going slowly. But yeah, I'd think any of the top 5 should be safe. I do not think anyone will go on a softs here today. It's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. I'd rather start 15. I'd rather start, 15th, 14th on the fresh mediums or hards than I would, 7th or 8th on the softs. Because usually you see, I say 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th because you see the cars that go onto the softs. They're the cars that are probably not got the pace to get through on the mediums as the others. So when they do get through to Q1, Q3 on those softs, they usually start in P9 and P10. I think last week, I can't remember who it was, but the 2 drivers that got through last week on the soft tyres, they were then starting 9th and 10th in the race. And so, I'd much rather start 14th, 15th on mediums than 9th or 10th on old softs, particularly at a track like this. It just burns your soft tyres. Anyway, Argentina's back across the line and see what time he can do. He's up to P6 then. So puts Welsh Maldonado in a bit of danger there. And he is close to Curly Red's time. Yeah, top 5 I think will be staying in the pits. They're happy. Don't think Argentina will be going again either. Next up's going to be Cryptic Alibi to start his lap. And then we've got the Renner of Shadders, who's invalidated. So I don't think he's going to be going again. I don't think he'll have time to get in the pits either. As we see, the top Leparts, Liam, Weisheng, Welsh Maldonado have all retired in the pits. We won't be seeing them on the track again until Q3 if they make it. Weisheng, Julie's going to be next, and he's quite a long way back from the line as well, so we've got about minutes viewing time for him. He's lucky he didn't validate there. He gained a lot of time. He's gone wide here though. He's not took enough of the curb on the coming in. Come on, Jake. Infinity did great in League 1. Absolute Infinity. I thought he's only in and out of League 1. I works quite bad on a Friday and then have things to do after, so I don't make the League 1 race. That's why Vintage deals with it also. I was eating my dinner, watching it at the same time, and I seen Infinity at one stage as P1 when I flicked it on the intermediate tyres, fresh inters 2, and unfortunately I think he had wing damage as well, so I didn't notice that at the time. I thought he can win this, but unfortunately didn't. Even still, P5, fantastic effort from Captain Infinity, really, really good for him. And there we go, talking about that, taking us through this lap, and Julie crosses the line. It's only 130.7. He will not be going through to Q3, DJ Julie, and even will Adam, unless he improves his time. We know Julie is losing pace though because of an issue with his wheel. Bradfield, he had an issue with his wheel in Spain last, so it went go flying straight into a wall. I think it was mainly an issue with him handling his drink. As Jake the Slayer, just a slow lap from him, so he's going for his proper lap now. Cryptic Alibi validated his first run, so he's going to be going now too, and they probably might be, they're going to be the last 2 to cross the line. No, not, because Adam's going to be next. And then of course Bradfield, he's going to be the last driver that's going to be setting a lap time. So yeah, not too many drivers on the track at the moment then. We've got 6, 7, 8, 9 in the pits. There's only 6 cars out on the track. And the first one to cross the line is going to be DJ Julie, who's 3.5 tenths up then. So let's see if he can improve. Dry race Kyle, yeah, saying Dylan, serious mushroom. The only time I cut a corner was sector 2, saying Cryptic Alibi. Why is my time invalidated? Not quite sure. I don't know why. Maybe it said listen next invalidated if you rush to the line, not too sure. Or was a bit wide from Julie. He is up low, and surely he can at least close to Adam. 6 tenths of the big arse to get to Shadders. Oh yeah, McKenty, Brandon, Shadders all in danger here. Let's see what Shadders can do. He comes across the line. Julie goes up to P10, so he does get Shadders. He's in the top 10. Shadders and Adam. Shadders is out. Julie temporarily peace out. I don't think he'll stay there because 4 drivers on decent lap. Yeah, looking really good. for Julie. Oh, and Adam started to slide there, and he surely isn't going to be able to improve now. Anyway, Cryptic's going to be first. Let's see what Cryptic Alibi does. We missed Jake the Slayer. He's going up to P6 and knocked Julie back out, his teammate. Cryptic Alibi only P14 then, so Adam... And Adam's down, isn't he? So he's going to be out. It's all on Bradfield now. And it's going to be Brandon that gets knocked out if he can't do it. Alpha Fox has left the session, unfortunately. Hopefully he can get back in. So here we go. Julie, Shadows, Adam and Cryptic's out. It's just Bradfield or Brandon now. Who's going to do it? Let's see. Bradfield opens his DRS. He's not said anything bad, so I presume it's a good lap. He crosses a line. And he... Oh, what good is that? I didn't even see. There we go. Went up to P6.
P6.
Just took it away from straight away, so we didn't see if he got through. Needs to leave it up for a couple of seconds. Confirmation there then. Unlucky for Brandon. And Julie and Shadows, because they missed out by a tiny margin there to McKenty. McKenty scrapes through then, and like I said, no one's going to be touching the soft tyres around here. Less than 3 tenths between the top 6. There's a bit of a gap. Then to Jake the Slayer, Argentina, Welsh, Maldonado, McKenty. However, I know Welsh, Maldonado, McKenty, Argentina all set their laps earlier, so the track would have been not as quick as it was towards the end. Mind you, I think a few at the top set their laps early too. And then there we go, Cryptic Alibi. Couldn't get a lap together there, could he? He had an issue with invalidating. Adam, we see him lose it there as well, so he was unlucky. He's going to be starting 14th. 20 quid for Bradfield to retire on lap 3, saying Kyle. If he makes it that far.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Alpha Fox has joined back. There we go. There we go. Everyone on soft tyres now, of course, for Q3. Of course, the benefit of using the mediums in Q2 means they're going to have, well, 3 sets of fresh softs left. I presume all the leads only use 1 set of softs in Q1, so they then have 2 fresh sets of softs left, and then they get given an extra one as well, so shouldn't be using softs in the race unless... Just dropped my controller, microphone fell out. Yeah, unless there is a safety car with 6 or 7 laps left, you're not going to see softs in the race, so some might really go out early and go for 3 runs. I doubt they will. But yeah, they'll get two runs and then they'll be saving a fresh set of softs for the race. You'd have had to been out within the first couple of seconds if you want to fit 3 runs in. But that's very difficult, especially... Yeah, if it's Austria, you're okay, you'll be able to do it, but... 7/10 slower than Sloth in Sector 1, same for the moment, but Sector 2 and 3 must have been pretty good. Someone killed Wilson saying serious mushroom. Yeah, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it on the stream, but I bet that didn't sound great. Yeah, I just swinged on my chair and dropped my controller off me lap and the microphone came out and it banged against my chair. Anyway, 8 drivers are out. It's just Jake the Slayer and Sloth who are sitting tidy in the pits at the moment, so they're, yeah, definitely going to be 2 runs for them. Dylan saying Argentina for pole, Kyle saying Becker for pole. So there we go. We've got 2 of the drivers that would think set 8th and 9th in Q2 being predicted for pole position. Why are we sat watching this? We want to see who's out on the track, don't we? It is Argentina who's going to be first, so he's going to get the camera time. Jake the Slayer saying serious mush. Oh, easy done, Jake. I thought he was saying Jake the Slayer for pole. I was going to say. Easy done, yes. I was saying about 7/10 slower. Who's going to get pole position? And you'd be mad to put money on this because there's so many that we know are capable of it. Argentina's definitely one of them, we know. That's a very, very tidy through sector, well, turn 1 and 2. Very difficult to master, but he's managed to do it quite well. You can see where he's going on the racing line, can't you see the marks on the track? Might have lost a bit of time there, he didn't come in early enough. Can't say, come on, what's the yellow flag for? There's nothing going on. Long straight then DRS. And he cuts in nicely there. Oh, he's got to be careful not to invalidate. He's lucky there. But he's pushing it to the max, isn't he, Argentina? He's not been right towards the top so far. He did get a podium, didn't he? I think he has got a podium this season, but the last couple of races he's not been on the pace. Oh yeah, of course he got podium in that WNR race, didn't he, when he was second to Sloth. Well, it looked like he was going to win it at one point. until he went for the overtake on him. Yeah, I think that was his only podium of the season though so far. So, of course, he couldn't get promoted to the Premier League last season. I remember we had a conversation saying, he said, "Is it okay for me to stay in the Championship? The only thing is, I don't want it to be easy again. I don't want to just go flying up to the top." He's definitely not. We've got competition in for you this time, Argentina, and doesn't he love it? He crosses the line. It's a 1:28.6, a good time from Argentina, really strong time. Well, then got Bradfield's in the pits, so he invalidated his lap, so it's not good there from Bradfield. McKenty's going to be next then. Can he beat his former teammate, Argentina? I don't think he's going to. He's 2 tenths off him. Next up's going to be Weisheng. Weisheng takes provisional pole. He's 4 tenths quicker than Argentina. Fantastic that from him. Liam's going to be next. Oh, he's gone a bit wider on that, taking a lot of that curb, Liam. He's going to be given a slipstream to the park, or maybe not. It's a bit too far back. Liam is a 1:29.1. Not a great time. Liam, look at that. The park's a half a tenth off Weisheng. Welsh Maldonado. Then Kyle said she's going to be on pole position. Let's see what she can do about it. She's not saving off the RS for the straight, unfortunately. She'll be slow down here, and it's only P6, and it's the slowest time of all so far. And Sloth's going to be next. No, he's not. He's just starting a lap. Done me there, he has. And then the Alpha Tauri's in the pits, as well as Jake the Slayer. And Sloth has invalidated his time. He didn't even try to back out of it there. So Sloth having problems invalidating again. So we've got 6 on an in lap. Sloth on an invalidated lap, and 3 in a pit. So there we go. Bit of a downer then for the next couple of minutes, so we can have a look for the comments. France is a track I suck at, saying Carl Dyer. Can't put together qualifying. A lot of people are struggling. Sloth struggling getting a lap validated. Young Tommy saying, forgot about Weisheng. Yep. He's only raced a couple of times, didn't he? He raced in Australia, he didn't have a good race, he retired. And of course he raced in, I can't remember what track it was. Yeah, Bahrain. He had that epic battle with Sloth for about 20 laps. He finally managed to pull away. Then towards the end he won, didn't he? Just about. In the end, he's only on 21 points though. He got 25 for winning that race, but he's had minus points due to different, well, incidents off the track, shall we say. Cryptic Alibi spends more time on his phone and on the track, saying KD. Oh, Sloth is going to go back-to-back laps then, so he's got to be quick though, because once he finishes this lap, the time will be on about 4:30, and he's got to do an in-lap and get in the pits for 3 minutes. So yeah, it'll be okay, but he'll be in the pits and out again straight away. Can he keep it validated this time? No, he can't. He's done it again, the same spot, Sloth. So he's invalidated his time again. He's not going to get time for a first run. Then I'm sure he's just going to cut the track now and get back to the pits quickly. He's give himself a minute or 2 to regroup, and then he'll come back out for one last chance. So as it stands after the first runs, we've got Curly Red now going out. So he should have time to do 2 runs. You'd think so anyway. Yeah, he's cut the corner, so he wants to get 2 runs in. Top 3 is Weisheng the Park to Argentina, then McKenty, Liam and Welsh Maldonado. Cryptic Alibi talking about 10 seconds being removed for the previous race. He was only reserve anyway, but he was on top form. And there is news. We have news for Bradfield.
Well,
in the comments,
I'm not watching it.
In the comments from Becca Jones, Andre Ayew has scored for Swansea. So there we go. It is 1-0 to Swansea. And Norwich she's also saying, yeah, 42nd minute. 42nd minute, so 1-0 to Swansea. And yeah, Norwich going to go in a half time, but in a minute, 1-0 down by the looks of things. Curly Red's on a lap lane. There we go. Watch Curly Red. All the other 9 cars are in the pits. I don't think Curly Red's going to get time to do another lap though. So this is his only lap. When he finishes this lap, it'll be on about 3 minutes and get round for an in lap. No, I don't think he's going to do it unless he cuts every single corner on his in lap. Come on, Wilfred Boney. Come and score some goals for Swansea. Cryptic Alibi saying in the comments.
Shut up, man.
Brilliant. I remember that. Until he moved to Man City and did nothing. I know he was training with Notts County or someone last year or whatever it was, but he's gone downhill, hasn't he? Welshman, Nana and Liam on their outlaps then. Jake the Slayer on their outlaps for their final run. We're still on board with Curly Red. Perfect entry onto the straight. Opens the car up really nicely. He had great pace in Q1 and Q2. Let's see what he can do, Curly Red. He crosses the line and it's P1. Curly Red takes provisional pole position. Of course, he's set his laps on a quicker track than the rest of the cars have, as soon as he's just done it. Oh. Yeah, he wants to get back, doesn't he? He wants to get back for another run. Still got 4 more on their outlap. Who's going to be first? We go on board with Jake the Slayer then. Oh, it's not fantastically quick there from Jake the Slayer around the first couple of corners. Oh, and he's taking a wide line there as well. Will he back out and then wait for it? Because it's not been the best sector line. It's a 22-1. And he's gone wide there as well. It's not looked very tidy so far from Jake. We know he's got some great pace. He really improved in Spain last week. Bonnie is like ordering the car coupe at Wish delivered. You're thinking of Origi, saying Cryptic. Doing well, Jake the Slayer now. Nice little cut in there. Nearly 4 wheels off, pushing it to the limits. I think everyone else in the pits is now coming out. McKenty, Vaisheng. There we go, they're coming up. Curly Red is only now coming into the pit, so he's not going to have time to get back out, unfortunately for him. But he is in P1. Vaisheng needs to hurry up and get out of those pits. We're still on board with Jake the Slayer. Everyone is on the track, apart from Curly Red. He is done. His teammate Bradfield's back across the line to start his only attempt. This is going to be Jake the Slayer's only attempt as well. A little bit of correction there for some oversteer, and again it might have cost him. Let's see what Jake does. And I think he crashed in qualifying last week, and it's P4, so there you go. I think he'll be a bit disappointed with that, especially with other cars all going to improve now as well. Liam's going to be next then. He's 4 temps up, Liam. This could be good. Let's see what Liam does. He comes across the line. It's only P5 for Liam. So Liam, yeah, and not looking too good for Liam. He's not as quick today, is he? Next up's going to be Lepart running out. Welsh Maldonado might be getting a toe here. Let's see what she can do. It's P5, so she starts ahead of Liam as well. By looks at, and Bradfield's invalidated his time, so he's not even going to get a lap set. And Liam's done. I think he's out of fuel, so Liam's done. Welsh Maldonado's done. It says Jake the Slayer's a 10th up, so he might be going again. Lepark's still going. Vaisheng's not going to make it. I don't think he's going to make it. He's cut. No, he's backed out. He's not going to make it, Vaisheng. So he's going to be. The top 2 are done. Top 2 are not going to be improving anymore. Liam slowed down. McKenty on that lap. What is that? Just in the car. It's the Alfa Romeo. Bradfield's in the pits. Sloth's now started up. He's kept it validated this time. Well done to Sloth. Vaisheng's on a lap. He's managed to do it somehow. Maybe we're a few seconds behind in the stream by the looks of things. Mishu, that's another player I've just seen in the comments. Yeah, he was brilliant for 1 season, wasn't he? Plays in the 4th tier now, I think, in Spain, and went downhill pretty quick. 10th and a half up, Vaisheng. Lepark's is 4.5 temps up. But he is coming out of Sector 2, so he's had more time. We'll stay on board with him until we cross the finish line then. It's a very neat and tidy Sector 3 as well, by the looks of it. See if Sloth's still got a lap validated. Yes, he has. Here we go then. The Parks is about to cross the line. Can we get a 127s? Yes, we can. It's a 127.9 provisional pole position for the Parker. Argentina's next then. Argentina in P7. Be good to see what he can do. Liam has retired in the pits then, so he's not be starting any higher than 6th. Could be even lower from yet, because Argentina's about to cross the line. He goes up to P2. Argentina in P2. Who expected that? Incredible that player from Argentina. Back with some pace. Incredible to see. Really, really good. He'll be happy with that. Sloth is going to be next then. We know the pace Sloth has got. He's the quali master, the race master also. Let's see what Sloth does. He comes across the line. It's only second for Sloth, so the Parks are still in P1. And McKenty's all done too. And Vice... Or where did Vice Shane? Vice Shane takes pole position. Why does the game do that? As soon as he crossed the line, the game just went flying off. Didn't even get to see. And I'd congratulate on him, but he managed to cross the line last. He timed it brilliantly. Pole position for Vice Shane. 2 tenths clear of the Parkter. Sloth in third. Argentina fourth. Curly Red in fifth then. Unfortunately, mistimed it, I think. He didn't get a second run. Jake the Slayer sixth. Welsh Maldonado seventh. Liam down eighth and McKenty in ninth. Both McLarens. A bit further down. I'm sure there'll be ones to watch out for in the race. They started, I think it was about that in Bahrain, wasn't it? Liam was in 10th, I know. They got some good points. And Bradfield decided not to set a lap. And it's... Oh, we've got Mercedes sat in the pit garage there. What is that about? I know Julie's wheel's broken, but his car's sat in the garage there having a spasm of his wheel. And just before it went to half-time, we've heard news that it's 2-0 to Swansea. We've heard news in the comments. It's 2-0 to Swansea. And a red card for Grant Hanley. Free kick scored by Andre Ayew.
Sake.
So going from bad to worse for Norwich.
It is,
All 20 cars, I hope, are in the session. Oh, I'm not sure if Brandon is. Julie, what the flipping... I don't think he's in it, is he? I don't think Julie's in the race. We go to Julie, it's just a picture of his pit lane. Oh, there we go, he's there. I don't know what that's all about. And Woods has left the session. Oh, for goodness sake. Why does it happen? Game, blimmin' hell. Serious mushroom, I'm not going to say what you've said, but I don't think that's very believable. It'll be tweaked then. Get our menu set up. And as you can see, everyone is on the mediums apart from Shadows, Ayrton and the Alpha Fox are on the hard tyres. No instance on the formation, that was good to see for once. And Brandon isn't in the session. Woods has joined back. Quickly get Brandon another invite. He's not said in the comments he needs one though, so his internet might have gone completely like it did last week. He's got another invite now, so hopefully he can get back in. Are you having a party tonight? Love it. Wood's still not in control of his car, unfortunately. Oh. Just catch me breath, get me drink ready for the race. Should be a good one. Oh, it's a Vice Sheng on pole position after that stonking last lap, which we didn't get to see much of. Parkter in second, Sloth in third. It'd be good to see a battle between these three. We've seen Vice Sheng and Sloth battle. We're not seeing the Parkter and Vice Sheng battle. Argentina up there too. Curly Red reserving today. The only reserve today up there too. Not like Woods to lag out. Saying Serious Mushroom. Top 10 in Cryptic's going to aim for. Just wait for Theo then, who's starting last after a poor quali. He thinks he's forgotten his setup. It's not usually that low down in quali. Anyway, here we go. Woods is in the lead. I bet his car's just going to go flying down the road, isn't it? Nope, but someone else's is.
Brandon.
Unbelievable. He's not in the session anyway, so everyone will overtake him. We've now got the lights in, and lights out, and away we go here in France. Weisheng gets a good start, a really good start. He's pulling away from the Parkter, and Sloth is going down the inside of the Parkter already. Is he going to get the move done? He's going to fight it, the Parkter around the outside.
Someone.
And Woods is sat on the line, and Sloth's got the move done. Weisheng is miles clear. The Parkter's going to fight it back, but he can't. That's not worth doing. The Curly Red's got past Argentina already. Good move there from him. It is just Woods who, well, he's now going. That was what the yellow flag was for. Don't think we've had any contact anywhere else through the field. McLaren's still 9th and 10th. Bev's up to 13th already, and it could be 12th in a second. He's fighting Bradfield, and we've got a yellow flag for Woods. And Woods, I don't know what he's doing there. He's just sat there still. Bevs does get past Bradfield for P12. Cryptic's going to be closing up as well. And Adam as well on the outside, breaks late. Outbreaks himself and gets passed by Cryptic Alibi there. Woods has retired from the session. He's retired the car on the track. There's an instant points there. And what's happened there? Oh, the Parkter. What a move. How has he got the position back there? Brandon with a brilliant start saying KD, absolutely, yeah. He's done well there, Brandon. Looking good for Alfa Romeo. The Parkter gets a move back from Sloth, and yeah, Woods retired on the track, so that's an instant points deduction.
Someone's hit me from
Bev's just got
behind.
past Shadows, and Bradfield's in trouble. Bradfield has been hit from behind. I think it might have been Cryptic Alibi involved, because he's fallen back as well. Although he's not got wing damage, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Alpha Fox is fighting here. Oh, he's squeezed Julie a bit there, and Julie's going to get that place back. And Weisheng, he's in the lead by 1.3 seconds. The Parkter and Sloth, and they make contact. Contact between Sloth and the Parkter. Not sure he's going to keep the place, but Sloth, and that's affected Curly Red, and he's being passed by Argentina here. Argentina gets back past Curly Red, and there's contact between the cars there. This is all helping Weisheng. He's 2.6 clear in the lead now, and Curly Red, he's sliding there as not quite sure what he went for there, and it's cost him a place to Jake the Slayer, and it's going to cost him another place to Liam by the looks of things as well. He's got the toe, but he's not got the position on the track, has he? And he's making contact there and he's gone very, very wide, and he's going to be under pressure from Welsh Maldonado too. And the cars behind are battling out too. McKenty and TT Bevs, they're side by side. They've got to be careful they don't tag each other's wheels. And Bradfield's had to come in the pits for hard tyres. Bradfield again, there's a driver falling down the order. What happened?
I got wing damage on the first corner.
What happened?
And then I got, I think it was McKenty that braked. It wasn't his fault when I was braked. And then I got clipped, didn't I, from the back?
I don't know, we didn't see
Let's
it.
go on the hards.
Do you know who it was?
I ain't got a clue. I wasn't watching who was behind me.
Send your footage in of it, so we can. Oh, Brandon, fastest lap. Weisheng now sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's 1.8, 1.7 to the Parkter. Now I'm not sure if Sloth or the Parkter got wing damage. I don't think they did. They definitely made contact, and Sloth is struggling through the first couple of corners. Come on, Becker saying KD. Shadow's starting hard for a few races now, and yeah, that's the way to go, in my opinion. No penalties yet, so they are doing alright so far, and finally Brandon gets past for the lead. Yeah, Brandon's internet constantly not working now. Something we might have to look at is maybe making him a reserve if he wants to do that. Of course, DRS inactivated now is really helping Sloth gain on the Parkter. If he could be a reserve and then just, you know, possibly race whenever his internet is working, that might be a better option for him. Argentina is falling back, he's 1.1 behind Sloth. Julie's getting past there, and Shadows has had a crash here. Shadows has spun. I'm not sure if he's done it on his own. He's got no wing damage by the looks of it. I think he's just had a spin then, Shadows, unless he was clipped by someone else. See if anyone else has got wing damage behind. And we see Jake the Slayer. The Parkter's getting past Brandon. Liam's getting past Jake the Slayer. Oh, it's a funny place to get a move done. But Jake has got the position. I was thrown off there by seeing Brandon move down the order. But of course, that is just His AI injector sliding on these medium tyres already. And Dylan saying no, Shatters, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. Whether it was contact or he just spun, but weird place to lose it though if he did spin by himself. But he's not miles down the back. Again, I got really excited there, so obviously someone moved down. It's just Brandon. Argentina fastest lap, and he's gained back, isn't he? I think he's got DRS. Yeah, he has. He's got DRS off Brandon. So that's definitely helped him. Welsh Maldonado getting past Curly Red, or is she? They're side by side, and Curly Red is going wider. DT Bevs gets the first 3-second penalty. They're side by side, Welsh Maldonado and Curly Red. And Welsh Maldonado looks like she's going to get that place. And Curly Red has just spun Welsh Maldonado there. Reserving as well, and he comes in and does that. Not good move there from Curly Red at all. And that's put Welsh Maldonado right down to P18. Such a shame for her on the medium tyres. Curly Red's been falling down the order. He's not had a good race, has he, at all so far. And Cryptic Alibi's getting passed by Theo, his teammates. Surely they're not going to fight. Surely Theo's not going to fight it. He is trying to fight it. He's going to fight it around the outside. It's not good for teammates to battle like this. But fair play to them if they can keep it clean. They're just going to cost each other time though. And Cryptic, don't go side by side into this corner. Please don't. Curly Red killed her, saying KD. Yeah, absolutely. And Theo gets the move back off Cryptic Alibi. And Cryptic Alibi, I'm sure, won't be too pleased about that. Though Theo's up from last to 14th, so had a good race start, he has. Curly Red will get past Brandon in a second, I'm sure. It's 1.1 between the leaders then. So Vice Sheng had about 2.5 seconds after the cars behind him battling. He's lost most of that now. And he's now DRS range as well. The part of sets fastest lap. Sloth's gaining behind as well. Argentina's fallen out of DRS again. Liam has behind him too, and Liam's got a penalty of his own. And he's cut the corner again there. Cryptic Alibi's getting back past Theo. And this time Theo concedes the position. Brandon's Ghost is under serious threat, and he's been overtaken twice there by Adam and Julie. So McKenty's going to be next to put Curly Red under some pressure. And hopefully he defends a bit better than he did against Welsh Maldonado. Wasn't a car's width left there, although I don't think he'll be able to defend against List. DRS for McKenty. Curly Red moves to the inside, and he concedes the position, and he goes back diving down, and he keeps it. He's got some fight in him, Curly Red, absolutely. And this time he cleanly keeps the place. Young Tommy saying, all my favourites are spinning now. Great. Don't have favourites, Tommy then saying serious motion is the best advice. Yeah, absolutely. So Shadows and Welsh Maldonado, I think, are Tommy's favourites. And Sloth's getting past the park. The park just spun. I think he's just clipped that curb. If you go further down and have a look, that left-hand curb there, I think he's just clipped that and spun there like that, yeah. But Laporte has lost positions there. He's lost out to Sloth, and he's lost out to Argentina too. He's been putting under a lot of pressure though for that P3 back. Liam's close up behind in DRS too. He's not going to get it done now, but Laporte will want to close up, get past Argentina as soon as possible to get up to the front too. Vice Sheng is now going to be under pressure from Sloth on the straight. Is it me or everyone went spinning tonight, saying, yeah, we've seen Bradfield spin, but there's no surprise there. He always does. Welsh Maldonado and Shadders as well, and now Laporte. Wasn't a huge spin though, was it? He only lost a couple of seconds. It was more of a big slide. See, Julie's pretty close, isn't he? Let's see how much Sloth's gained. Ayrton's got a 3-second penalty. Sloth gain on Vice Sheng, not quite close enough yet to mount an attack. And Theo's left the session. Unfortunately, he's got a couple of spare invites, so he'll be able to get back in as soon as possible. And the AI's on 75 as well. Curly Red's got a 3-second penalty to add to his woes. Julie has as well. Theo has joined straight back. There we go. So he shouldn't have lost out too much. Oh, he is falling back down. It's Brandon. Two ghosts are battling each other there. Alpha Fox and Shadows should be gaining a couple of places in a minute. Vice Sheng and Sloth, it's still half a second between them. Alpha Fox doing well on this hard stint. And look how close Sloth is getting. I thought he was going to come in the pits then. Bradfield only spins when he doesn't get the drink. Yeah, I don't know why he drinks bottles of wine when he races. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. We know he's got the pace. We know he's got pace in quali, and Theo's taking control of his car. That's what that flash was. But he can't put it together for the race, unfortunately. Although he did say it weren't his fault for the first one. So we'll have to have a look at it as Argentina gets a 3-second penalty too, and so does McKenty. The penalties are really racking up now. And Sloth, why is it not showing us the interval? I do not know. So Bradfield will be preying on a safety car now. But we know in a league, this league, we rarely have safety cars. France as well, so much runoff area. I know we had 4 safety cars in the previous race, but it was raining and Sloth's on Weisheng, pulls to the inside, and Weisheng can't do anything about it. Oh, he can go for the switchback. He's going to have a good line here, Weisheng. Can he get the place back? Yes, he can. Fantastic there for Weisheng. I wrote him off there for a second, and he absolutely fantastically got that place back. Obviously, Shadow's getting past Jan Fox as well, and Sloth has got a fantastic toe here. Surely he can't make a move. There's no room as there's the Parkter. Does get back past Argentina for P2. Sloth and Weisheng then. Yeah, Weisheng keeps that place. Fantastic move from Weisheng to keep it there. And Jawley's getting past Adam for P10. And Liam's getting past Argentina for P4. So Liam will really want to mount an attack on the Parkter now. His challenger at the top of the standings, but it's not for P1 in this race, so it's only for P3. Sloth and Weisheng over a second clear of them both. And as we're about to start the 8th lap of this race, and look how close Sloth is getting to Weisheng. Weisheng's going to be holding him up here, yes he is, and this is going to help Liam and the Parkter, Liam and Argentina gain up to this battle. Jake Slayer's having a bit of a race of his own at the moment. That'll help him with no penalties. And there we go, Leparkter's inside DRS range where Sloth's been affected. Compromised by Weisheng's defensive lines. That has helped Leparkter and Liam and Argentina all close up within DRS range as well as Maldonado gets a 3-second penalty. She's close to the Alpha Fox. Is she going to make a move? She can't here. She might have to be patient and wait for the straight. And Sloth is closing in. It's just going to be too far back on this occasion. Yeah, it is too close unfortunately at the moment. Very clean from Sloth and Sheng. It was an incredible battle. Really, really good. We know they had a battle in Bahrain for about 25 laps, so they've got it in them, these two. Leparkter and Liam back as well, and Welsh Maldonado does get past Alfred Fox on the straight, on those medium tyres. Should be looking to climb back through the order after that instant with curly red. And look, yeah, the gaps are even now, so it's not just Sloth closing Weisheng, it's the Parkter on Sloth, Liam on the Parkter. Of course, the most likely move you're probably going to see is for P1 because Weisheng won't have DRS to defend, whereas the others will have that to defend from each other. Argentina's not got to worry about what's behind either because Jake's further 2.5 down the road. It's all quite close though, apart from Bradfield further back and obviously Brandon's AI. No moves have been made yet, and Sloth's got a 3-second penalty. We've seen that in a couple of races. It's been costly for him. Weisheng's good for his penalties, we know that. He'll probably get one in a second now we've said that. I think Sloth might be close enough this time as we come onto the straight in a second to get the move done. Although he's gone a bit wide coming onto the straight, and that won't help him though. It's helped Weisheng get about half a second. But I still think with the ERS activated, Sloth is going to breeze past by the looks of it. He pulls to the inside yet again. He takes the positions, but Weisheng this time fights it on the outside. They're side by side. Sloth's going to have the outside. What a fantastic view we have here. And Sloth gets the move done. And Weisheng's going to be under pressure now from the Parkter. They're side by side. And they're gaining on Sloth as well. They could go free. They could go free here. Oh... Who's Sloth defending it from Weisheng, and Weisheng has to back out, but he's got the inside line. Sloth's got the racing line. Look at them, they're side by side. Sloth keeps the move. Fantastic there from Sloth. Weisheng's still fighting, and they're fighting it for the whole track. Leparkter and Liam are so close. Argentina's fallen off a bit as well though, and Weisheng's trying to fight it around the outside. He's got to be careful, Weisheng, because Leparkter is right there, and Liam's right there too. Great view we're getting from the Parkter, and Weisheng's going to have DRS. He's got loads of ERS saved up too. He's not using it though. I'm not sure why he's not using it. Oh, he's switched back there. He surprised me. Is he going to sweep on the outside? Yes, he does. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, Sloth's... I'm lost for words. Absolutely lost for words. What was that from Sloth? That was incredible. And they're side by side. Weisheng doesn't do a curly red, he leaves enough room. Side by side, Sloth's got the inside line. Weisheng on the racing line, and they almost touch. Theo's left again, unfortunately. They're side by side on the straight. Who's going to get the DRS? Sloth's going to get the DRS, but Leparc's got a good line. Leparc's in third. He could be in the lead coming into this straight. This is brilliant from Sully. Sloth does take the lead. Is Leparc going to go down the inside of Weisheng? No, he's not. He might have cut the corner as well. Look how close Argentina's closed up as well. 5 cars battling for the lead. Jake the Slayer's now within DRS range too. He's caught up. Weisheng on Sloth. He doesn't want to go for it. He doesn't want to go side by side in this corner. He could have done if he had the pace. He's got the pace. DT Bevs gets past Curly over P7. And Weisheng and Sloth. Oh my god, why do they do it to me? My throat is going to kill in the morning. Sloth's he stayed in front for a bit longer now. There's less side by side the last sector or so, but he's got a good exit here, Weisheng. And he's going to go for the outside, and he's coming into the pits, Weisheng. So he's going to put the hards on now to the end. Liam and Argentina in the pits as well. Are they going to go 17 laps on the hards? They're going to go for an undercut. I'm surprised by that. I'd have got another couple of laps. Jake closing too. Mushroom was saying, yeah, we weren't just noticing that. Yeah, he was closing in. But 3 of them have pitted, and they might get held up in traffic and then give Sloth and Leparc to the lead. But they might have some space, set in a quick lap, and then when Sloth and Leparc to pit, they might come out the back of them all. But Sloth's going to be under pressure now from Leparc because Sloth's not got the DRS from Weisheng anymore to help defend. Although he has got a decent half a second as Jawley's getting back past DT Bevs. This has been a good battle as well. Again, oh, and there's contact. I think Curly Red made contact there. DT Bevs and McKenty is going to be closing in on Curly Red as well. Oh no, it's another fantastic battle. Look at DT Bevs. Oh, look, there's contact. There's contact. We've got a great view from Adam here. 3 cars don't go side by side there, and McKenty's found out why. He's been spun then. I don't think anyone was solely at fault for that, but there was 3 cars side by side. That's just never going to work, and he's got a 3-second penalty as well. Unfortunately, he's back going and running pretty soon now as Bevs stays in front of Curly Red. This is a fantastic battle we've got going on here. Oh, take a breath for a second. The parts are still closing on Sloth. Sloth, of course, has got the penalty. Liam and Argentina got penalties too. It was hard to the end. Weisheng has got a bit of fresh air in front, so that will help him to do an undercut if Sloth and the parts are now pit, which they do. So this is where it gets interesting. The battle's going to recommence, but where will they come out? Will they come out in front of Weisheng or behind? Adam's in the pits as well, so Jawley's going to take the lead of the race then, and McKenty's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane as well to add to his miseries. Shame for him, unfortunately, but he's still in the chance of some points, we know that. Bev's in second, Curly Red third, Ayrton fourth, and let's see where Sloth and the parts are going to come out then. We'll go on board with Weisheng. Where's he? Oh, why is everyone flying around? Weisheng comes out the pits behind, and he's going to get overtaken by Liam at the same time as well. Liam gets past Weisheng. Sloth effectively leads. He gets past the Alpha Fox here as well. Sloth is at the front of this train now. Leparc in second, Weisheng in third, in fourth, sorry, because Liam got ahead of him as well. So I did think they went a lap early, and the cars that pitted a lap early have lost out big time. They're still pacing those medium tyres. Well, that's a shock, saying Serious Mushroom. Yeah, I did think they went a lap early. And here we go then, that Weisheng's going to go straight back at Liam. He's got to be careful though, because the park just brakes really early. But they managed to avoid contact somehow. The Alpha Fox is really helping Sloth here, isn't he? He's really helping Sloth pull away a little bit. So not much at all, because he's closing up on Sloth himself. That safety car would be brilliant now for the top 4, well, top 3, wouldn't it? So Sloth still staying in front. And the Alpha Fox, he's got to be worried surely. And Weisheng and the parts are behind. You can just see from this camera angle. The top 3 do now pit, so that'll be hard to the end for them as well. They're taking all different lines of each other. Oh, Jake the Slayer in the background has gone wide there. Jake the Slayer went off the track. No wing damages, just clipped that left-hand curb that sent him flying. Oh, and there's contact between Liam and Argentina. And the Alpha Fox. He's got to try and be careful. He's absolutely got the right to. This is for position, of course. He's not pitted yet, though. He's just got to be careful with this battle in front of him as well. and now Liam's going to get past him, I think, as well. Alpha Fox just move aside, and I'm sure he's going to let his teammate through in a second as well. So the top two, Shadows and Ayrton, started on the hard tyres, so they'll be going probably a couple more laps. They've got their own battle going on. They'll be going a couple more laps, and they'll be sticking the mediums on very soon. Sloth then in third. The Parked is in DRS range, so this is effectively for the lead. Vice Sheng's effectively third. Liam in fourth, and Argentina does get past his teammate Alpha Fox, so he'll be closing back up too. Jake the Slayer, is he going to go for a move on the Alpha Fox into the braking zone as well? Oh, he's been a bit cautious there, and he's then gone late into the brakes. But he does get the move done, though there was contact made between the cars. Geordie does get a 3-second time penalty. I don't think that's his foot. No, it's not. McKenty's on 11 seconds. Adams on 9. Bevs and Geordie on 6. But yeah, Sloth and Liam and Argentina all on 3. So Leparto and Vice Shane looking really good at the moment. Great info for tomorrow, saying Serious Mushroom. Yeah, I would not be pitting on lap 10. Because I think the ones that pitted early, not only are they going to have to struggle at the end an extra lap with tyre wear, you know, they came out behind the cars in front of. Didn't think it'd work for them, but I didn't think it'd work out that bad for them. Because now they've got to overtake cars with older tyres on. But Vice Shane does get past the Parks here pretty easily on the straight as well. Too fine for the braking zone. Sloth really doesn't like this first turn, does he? Turn 1 and turn 2, he can't stand them. He's either sliding or getting penalties for it. Ayrton and Shannon, that's the battle for the lead. Let's not take anything away from these. I did say this when we had the same battle with Vice Sheng and Sloth in Bahrain. I apologise to everyone else for not getting as much camera time, but how can you take your eyes off this? Sometimes I just sit there in silence and lost for words for some of it. The battling's absolutely incredible. Wet race for tomorrow, Mushroom saying Dylan. Well, it was our first wet race in 13. Adam's getting past Bevs on the straight. Adam gets the move done. He's got 9 seconds of penalty, so unfortunately, so that's not going to help. Bevs is on low fuel though. He's got safe fuel. Look how close Vice Sheng is again, coming through the corner. Oh, just not getting as close as they were a few laps ago. The Partner and Liam behind though. Argentina has fallen back a bit, so he's not right on the tail. But if they do go side by side again, that's when they'll be going slow, and that's when the pack will be able to catch up. Yeah, Alpha Fox, I'm sure, will come in the pits in the next couple of laps, as will the leaders. And still, Vice Sheng and the Parkton haven't got any penalties. They need to keep it that way. And as it stands, Vice Sheng will win. Oh, he might have got a warning there though if he got that corner a bit. It's all calmed down a little bit now. All calmed down. Bevs and Curly Red are really close though. Cryptic Alibi's there too. But yeah, look how many penalties. So many penalties. Let's have a look at them again. Yeah, nearly every. Well, there's only 7 drivers that haven't got penalties. Of course, Brandon's not in the session. He's close. Vice Sheng is close then. Sloth's weaving a little bit. Is he going to go for a move in the brakes? No, he's not. I wouldn't have gone for it either. Just a tad too far back. He's got a good entry though. Good entry here. Of course, this isn't really long enough though. Unless you want to go side by side into the corner. And yeah, he stopped his ERS. He's backed out of it. Although he is going to go side by side. Oh, he's so lucky he didn't lose traction there. He's going to sweep round the outside. Vice Sheng on I Am Sloth. And Sloth's going to keep the position, surely. No way is Vice Sheng going to do this. He's got the move. Vice Sheng has got the move round the outside. And that has got to be an early contender for overtake of the season. We've seen so many of them battling together, but that move there from Vice Sheng didn't look on at all. He had to get that inch perfect, and he got it. Fantastic from Vice Sheng. Sloth now's got the DRS to fight back though, as Geordie's getting past the Alpha Fox. Alpha Fox is staying out, but Geordie gets past. Ayrton's falling back from Shadows, and yeah, Vice Sheng and this battle all catching up to it now. Argentina, yeah, he's not been as quick on this hard stint, has he? He's 2.5s back now from this train. Liam's sitting there patiently in P6. And if I was Liam, I'd just sit there, avoid getting any more penalties, and wait for his chance at the end. That's it, the Alpha Fox. What's happened to the Alpha Fox? He's had a spin. He's had a spin. Where's that? Oh, he's coming out of turn 1 and turn 2. How's he lost it there? It's a strange place to lose it. And Weisheng's under pressure from Sloth. Then Sloth goes down to the left side. And he gets the move done on the straight. Weisheng's not be fighting it this time, but he's going to do the same again, isn't he? He's going to do the same as what he did a few laps ago. Right on the outside. It's just like a scratch record. He's got a 3-second penalty, Weicheng. That's like a scratch record, this. As Curly Red's getting past DT Bevs. And I think they touched wheels that time. We've got a yellow flag. And who's that? Is it McLaren? Is it McKenny? It is McKenny. He's lost it in the same place again. And this time I think he's got wing damage though. So is that wing damage on the car? I think it is. So he's made contact with somebody. I'm not quite sure what's happened there for McKenny. It was 2 times in the same corner. He's had an instant there. Apart from that, it's been a pretty instant-free race. Apart from the Curly Red and Welsh Maldonado incident. And Weicheng then now with a 3-second penalty. It means the Parkter is effectively in the lead of the race. And Shannon's in it, and I wonder if they're going to go a couple more laps and go to the softs. If they do leave it a couple more laps, Sloth and this battle are going to be catching up, as Bevs has got he's been speeding the pit lane. Has he got wing damage? Did he have a collision with McKenty? Because I don't know. Yeah, he's got wing damage. So Bevs is having to change his wing. McKenty is too. Alpha Fox is coming in for his usual stop. But Bevs and McKenty must have had a collision there. It's me jumping to conclusions, of course, but both got wing damage. Both coming to the pits. It'll be mediums to the end now, you'd think, for both of them, and it is. Bradfield's up into 14th. He's going to pit for the soft tyres in a couple of laps, you'd think. Weicheng then on Sloth. Oh, was it? Oh, how was that even on? Oh, we've got to watch from the Parkter's view. They're side by side again. Don't do this to me. Weicheng. He's in the slipstream. I don't think he's going to get close enough this time to go around the outside. He's not side by side. Sloth's being clever here, keeping him behind. Defend him with all he can, although Weicheng's got alongside. Sloth's let him get alongside. And he's going to do the same thing again, Weicheng. Unbelievable. Although he's gone a bit deep, and that's let Sloth get back in. On the left-hand side, he's going to have the inside line. And Weicheng swoops around, and this is going to let Liam get ready. Liam got past the Parkter. I didn't even see that happen. I'm not sure if I'm seeing things or what. They touch wheels in front. Sloth's got the DRS, and Weicheng's stuck behind now under pressure from Liam's DRS. So the Parkter's effectively 4th and going to win the race because of the penalties from the cars in front. And they just keep in order for now. The Parkter's just got to sit there pretty and avoid penalties to win the race as it stands. Of course, we saw Sloth and Weicheng battling Bahrain, as we said, and all of a sudden it was like this all the race. And they have about 5 laps to go. Weicheng got in front, and then he decided to just pull away, didn't he? And Ayrton now is at the front of this battle, so he could break up this pack if he doesn't pit this lap and spread them out. Fair play to Sloth, great race and brilliant battle for lead the race, and Dylan. Absolutely, really has been. As we see Weicheng go down the inside of Sloth, and they make contact this time, and Weicheng's still going on the outside, and he gets the move, and that's going to let Liam have a look at Sloth as well, because Sloth was slow after the contact with Weicheng, and he's got these really low, he's out of ERS, so Liam, so he's just going to have to sit there pretty, I think, and Ayrton's really holding up Weicheng, isn't he, for his teammate Sloth, and Ayrton, is he going to get away with his teammate? Oh no, he's not. Ayrton's made contact with his teammate, and that has cost Sloth the position to Liam. And Ayrton, of course, I think he wanted to hold everyone up for his teammate. His teammate got there, he just closed the door and they made contact. And Ayrton, he's still not coming to the pits either. Shadows is coming to the pits and lead the race. So Weicheng will lead now. And Weicheng is really being helped out now by Ayrton, holding the rest of the pack up. Sloth's back alongside Liam. They're side by side on the straight. Who's going to be first going into turn 1? Liam's going to have the inside line. Sloth doesn't cut in either. They leave a good amount of room, although Sloth probably got another warning for that. Shadows is now on Sloth's the end of the race. Ayrton's still going though, and now Sloth's under pressure from the Parkter. The Parkter's on the outside, and Sloth again has to back out. And Argentina's caught right back up to the battle. Sloth there, Ayrton really cost him 2 places in the battle for the lead, so it'd cost his team there. And Ayrton here, I'm sure, is going to be breezed past by Liam, yeah. And Liam's got a chase on now to Weicheng. The Parkter is going to get past Ayrton too, isn't he? Goes down the inside, and does him in the braking zone there. He's got much fresher tyres. Ayrton's can't withhold the braking pressure. Surely now he's going to let his teammate slough past Ayrton. And he's not letting him pass, is he? Shadow's getting past Welsh Maldonado. He's on the fresh soft tyres. And Ayrton now does let him through. I'm not even sure he let him through, but yeah, Ayrton's not really helped his teammate out there. In fact, he's done the complete opposite. He's put him 2 positions down. At least he is back onto that train. But it's 2 seconds between Weisheng and Liam. And again, we might see this thing where Weisheng just starts to pull away. The Parkter at the moment does lead the race because of the 3-second penalty to Weisheng. It puts it within 2 tenths of each other. Shadows on the soft, let's go. Great space awareness. Saying serious motion of course. Unbelievable. No DNFs apart from Woods early on. He never even started in the race though. So not sure what went on there. Did more talking in the comments, talking in the party than he did racing. And here's 2.4, so Liam in defending from the Parkter. He's falling even further back from Weisheng. So Weisheng is looking good again, isn't he? Shadows in P10 on those soft tyres, especially after that early spin. He's played a wonderful tactic there. Everyone else are fighting each other. Shadows just battling on his own for the whole race. He gained time. Look how much more grip he's got than Adam on those fresh offs. So much he's going to go around the outside there, and it might have cost himself some time then, possibly a warning. But now he's got the grip to get back on the straight. You see Bev's getting past Theo for P15 down to turn 1. Good entry there from Theo. And Bev's is lagging a little bit there. Hopefully it's not going to affect Theo too much. Shadows gets past Adam on the straight pretty easily in P9. He's now got 5 seconds to make up to P8 where Curly Red is, where he's just got a penalty. Shadows has got no penalties though, so that could really help him. Jake the Slayer at the moment, he's going to be ahead of Argentina because he's got no penalties, but he's had a really quiet race, Jake the Slayer. We see him have one little moment where he probably lost a couple of seconds. That was here. He clipped this curb on the left side and then spun a little bit. He's in the shout as well. 2.6 now between Weisheng and Liam. Jake and Geordie both in the points. Cole and Mercedes, absolutely. Yeah, they're doing really well as it stands. Geordie, with those 6 seconds though, is probably going to lose a position to Shadders. Welsh Maldonado's catching up to Adam for that final point as well. I think Adam's got a lot more penalties, so he's got 15 seconds of penalties, Adam. He's really struggling. Ayrton's now got a penalty too. So yeah, Adam, I don't think he's getting any points today. Welsh Maldonado looking good. Shadows has got the fastest lap point as well for P9 at the moment. So Shadows going to bring home some points for Renault by the looks of it. Oh, he's just got a 3-second penalty as I say that. I'm sorry, Shadows. I'm sorry. Jinxed it completely. No, he's still looking good. Bradfield finally pits. He'll be on for soft tyres now, and I think he could be in a good position to get the fastest lap point now for AlphaTauri. I'd stick it on lean fuel for his effectively outlap and then go rich and use his ERS, and that'll bring the 3rd AlphaTauri point of the season. Of course, Curly Red though in P8 is looking good. 4 tenths behind Julie, but he has got 9 seconds in penalties. But with other drivers further down, it might be enough to cling on to some points. Becca deserves at least a point, absolutely. I was just looking at that. She'll get past Adam, possibly Curly Red as well. She deserves to get past Curly Red, I think some might say as well after that incident. Thanks for jinxing it, Jake and young Tommy. I am so sorry. I apologise straight away. I knew what I did wrong. I won't do it again. I won't say he's got no penalties again. 3 seconds between Weisheng and Liam. He's done it again, Weisheng. He's always in these battles, but as soon as he gets a bit of fresh air and gets out on that DRS zone, he flies away, doesn't he? He's got unbelievable pace, Weisheng. And the Parkter now, he's only P2 with the penalties. All it takes is one more penalty though for Weisheng. Shadows sets another fastest lap. There we go. Hopefully he avoids another penalty. There we go. He's extra careful that time, wasn't he? He knows the cars in front have got more penalties than him. He just needs to be patient and close up some of those soft tyres. He knows that P6 where Jake the Slayer is a big gap and he's got no penalties, so that's probably out of reach for him. He just needs to close up and take that P7 for Renault with that fastest lap point, which Bradfield will be putting under threat. McKenty in P17 has not had the best race with McLaren, has he? 2 spins and that corner where his teammates just gone through. Here's the lead man, the leader of the race, Weisheng in the Red Bull, looking to close up to this battle for the title. The next three all there, aren't they? As Adam and Welsh Maldonado are fighting over P10, and Welsh Maldonado's under pressure from Cryptic Alibi now as well. How many penalties has Cryptic got? He's only got 3 too, so this could be for the final point between Welsh Maldonado and Cryptic. Welsh Maldonado's gone to the outside of Adam. She's going to swoop around. Adam's just got enough grip to defend it. They just avoid making contact. Oh, and Cryptic, how has he done that? What was that? How on earth has Cryptic Alibi just taken that place? Oh, he's now started to spin. He's lost it. He's lost it. Oh, he's kept it together. But he's lost that position back to Welsh Maldonado after a fantastic move. And the Parkser and Sloth are battling it out. And Sloth's gone spinning. Sloth's gone spinning. I don't think the Parkser left enough room there. And after so many laps of fantastic battling, you finally see two of them make contact and it goes wrong. I suppose you could say it's just a matter of time when they've been battling for so long, but it's such a shame there that Sloth's been the driver to lose out. He's now down to P6, and he's only got 3 seconds, so it should be 6th for Sloth. He should be taking that home comfortably at least. But of course that was very unfortunate there, and I think we only clipped to it, and Bradfield does get fastest lap. It's only momentarily on it, and Jawley. Who's lost it? Who's lost it? Is that Jawley? No, it's not Jawley. I'm not sure what the yellow flag was for then. Oh, but Jawley is getting passed by Curly Red low. Curly Red is side by side. And Jawley gets the move done. Up into P8. Curly Red drops to P9 then. So yeah, Jawley, Curly Red and Adam with these penalties. Yeah, at the moment, Welsh Maldonado needs to get past Adam if she's to take that P9 from Curly Red. Which she deserves. No, Sloth saying young Tommy and Dylan. Such a shame for Sloth. I know it's annoying and frustrating. We've all got to look at that, but at the same time we have got to think when we see them side by side for so many laps, there will be a time where a minor mistake happens. I couldn't do it racing side by side like that without making a mistake. They do amazing to do it for as long as they do. Of course, the downside of being so close to each other is that is always possible. Welsh Maldonado can't get the move done. Shadows, yeah, these soft tyres are already starting to go off. Bradfield down in 15th. Bev's in 14th, yeah, 14th from below. Aren't going to be scoring any points today unless Bradfield takes that fastest lap home. Theo's now in the pits. He knows that he's not going to score any points, so he's going to be going for the fastest lap as well. That's the exciting bit of this fastest lap point. This is all the cars now at the back. McKenty's coming in the pits too. I should think he's going to be going for fastest lap too. Alpha Fox is in the pits as well. And I absolutely love this fastest lap idea. But it's Welsh Maldonado is past Adam finally on the straight for P10. Because everyone would just come in the pits now down the back and go for the fastest lap point. Could look at even upping it to 3 points possibly, if that's something people would want to do, because they really want to go for it. Look, Theo, McKenty, Alpha Fox, all out on fresh softs. Bradfield's point under big pressure. Well, has Bradfield got a set of fresh softs himself that he might come in again and put on?
No.
Cryptic Alibi's dropped a couple of places. What's happened there? He's lost out to Ayrton and Adam. Has he got wing damage? Oh, Ayrton and Adam, they almost touch. Welsh Maldonado is pulling away now and catching up to this battle between Jawley and Curly Red. What's the penalties like? Yeah, so Shadows might be able to catch Sloth here after Sloth's spin. And Jake the Slayer's looking good for P4. The Park are still catching Liam, just 2 laps left up when they cross the line. Weisheng looking good then. You just got to avoid any more penalties because the Park will be there. Yeah, Shadows catching up on Sloth. Young Tommy, I literally just looked at that. As Welsh Maldonado got another 3-second penalty, unfortunately. And Curly Red's got 12 though, so yeah, she will get Curly Red as it stands. So that'll be 2 points for her, which will be good consolation after the instance. And McKenty's just backing off. I know what he's doing. He's backing off so he goes last, so he's got more space. Possibly catch up for some DRS on his lap too. He wants that point for McLaren. And I know sometimes it's so tempting for cars to retire in the pits. That's why we've added to the rules that you can't do that, and you can have the fastest lap point to go for no matter where you are. That's good to see that cars are going for that, because 1 point could be the difference coming into the season. And if obviously that's count it over the season, I think that's 22 points. As the park is getting close to Liam there. I said Liam Lair, not Liam here. And who's lost it? Ayrton's lost it. Ayrton's lost it. I'm not sure if he made contact with Cryptic or Adam, but they were very close for a while, weren't they? And Ayrton's gone off. He's on the soft tyres. He might come in for softs, or he won't be able to, will he? Oh yeah, he should be able to. The first car's crossed the line, so yeah, if he comes in the pits now, he'd be able to join the fastest lap battle as well. Does he do it? He is coming in the pits. He's going to go for that fastest lap point as well. Surprised Bevs hasn't done it though. Unless he might do it now. Nope, he's not coming into the pits. Ayrton's got a 5 seconds penalty for speeding the pit lane. That won't bother him. He's not going to score any points as Cryptic Alibi's now gone wide. Did he make contact with Adam? There's no wing damage. Seen a couple of cars starting to go off now. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, it's 2.8. I don't know if Vice Shane's made a mistake, but it's 2.8 for the lead. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader. So there we go. The Parkter is only 3.1 off Vice Shane. A tenth off the... Oh, he's got a penalty. He's got a penalty. That's why. I didn't see that. So maybe Vice Shane has stopped pushing it a bit. Now he knows the Parkter's got a penalty. So that might be why. He's slowly backed off. Shame for McKenty, big shame for McKenty. Of course, we love seeing him up there. And Jake Deslay is really catching up to Argentina as well. And that... He's looking really good, Jake Deslay. He's only 7.6 of the lead. As it stands, he's only 4.7 off the lead. His race pace has been really, really good here today from Jake Deslayer. And they're coming up to lap cars in a minute as well, aren't they? Let's have a look. Vice Sheng. Yeah, he's going to be lapping Brandon in a second. The ghost of Brandon anyway. I think the car's in front of McKenty. Alpha Fox will be too quick. I think McKenty's timed it perfectly so we can go for fastest lap and get DRS on the Alpha Fox on the straight here. ERS saved up, he's now got the DRS. Alpha Fox is going for it as well. He's got ERS, he's not going to let him pass, is he? Is he going to go for a move on the ins? Oh no, he just backs off McKenty. He's not had the best of races, he's been very unlucky. Cryptic Galloway getting passed by Adnan for P11 down to turn 1. And we are on the last lap then. And yeah, as you see, Vice Sheng's now started to pull away. All on 3 seconds. Geordie's got another 3 second penalty. Welsh Maldonado, by the looks of it, is going to be, possibly, depending on where Geordie is, possibly P8 for Welsh Maldonado. That's going to be close. Keep your eyes on that one. Let me see, that's really close there. Argentina, Jake Deslay doesn't need to make the move, does he? We saw Argentina make the move on Sloth in Vietnam. We didn't need to, and it cost him the race win. Anyway, Vice Sheng, he's going to win this race. He's been absolutely incredible, battling early on. He pulled away from it, didn't he? I think he's gone for fastest lap on the last lap too. He's been flying away. Out of ERS now, it's going to be hard. It's going to be amazing if he can do this, because cars on the fresh softs in it too. Vice Sheng comes across the line, and he wins his second Grand Prix. He wins the French Grand Prix. Liam's going to cross the line next. He takes second. The Parkter's in third. Argentina crosses the line, but Jake Deslayer didn't have any penalties, so he takes P4. Argentina in 5th. Sloth's going to be next. So such a shame for Sloth. He deserved higher after that incident. Shadows really did catch up to him, but obviously that penalty affected him. 4 attempts off. Next is going to be Geordie. He crosses the line. Curly Red crosses the line. What about Welsh Maldonado? Oh, Welsh Maldonado. Not quite sure why she did that. Should have got P8 there. Should have got P8 or should have done that. But Curly Red down to P10. And Adam with many penalties. Cryptic Alibi P11. We said keep our eyes on that battle. And she went spinning across the line. DT Bev's doing it behind as well. And bang. I love seeing that. But Welsh Maldonado 7 attempts off. She could have got that P8 if she went straight across the line. Anyway, again, 1 DNF. And that DNF, don't even really want to count that, because that was a DNS really. Wood's car never really got going. Quality race. We did see a couple of spins, a couple of little incidents, but it was a fantastic race yet again. Vice Sheng with his second win really puts him close to Liam, the Parkter and Sloth, puts him right into contention for it as well. He just needs to turn up a bit more regularly, and that would help him. Brandon then in 19th. We could look at upping this AI even more, because on 75 he finished a lap down. Shadows driver of the day, given by the game. he did fantastically. He was one of the drivers that had a little spin as well. Look through the comments then. Great race from all, saying Young Toy. Brilliant race. Shadows and yeah, we had a look at that. Great race in Championship Zone Vintage. Chef the Slayer, great job. Was hoping top 3, but they were too quick, and they were incredibly quick, weren't they? Absolutely fantastic from them. Confirmation of results, and Jake the Slayer didn't get any was he the only driver not to get penalties? I think Alpha Fox didn't get any penalties either, so well done to him as well. McKenty got the fastest lap then, so another point there for McLaren. McKenty, he'll be happy about that. Curly Red clings on to a point for Alpha Tauri, so they're now up to 3. Only 2 points for Ferrari again today. We said at the beginning of the season, Ferrari, got to watch out for them. Only another 2 points today then. What we think Bev's had an instant with McKenty. Argentina P5, strong showing from him today. Again, Jake the Slayer, really strong today. Those top 3. Gonna take some beating though. 1:33 exactly there for Liam. And that lap there from Weisheng was right at the end on hard tyres. So he did go the fastest lap. Little did he know, cars behind were on the soft tyres. Strong performance after the spin from Shadows, absolutely. And yeah, quality racing, absolutely fantastic racing all around. Side by side is incredible. Any instance, obviously get them in before midday tomorrow so we can have a look at them. Race review and driver of the day votes will be out tonight, and then we will have the standings updated hopefully by Sunday from Jake the Slayer himself. Anyway, big thank you all for watching again tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow full of thank you very much, and